Hello Moment Friends! Andang here for a new leveling stream. We are here on the wonderful Landerville server, going to be leveling from 97 hopefully to 98 and a half. I'm joined on the call with Sithrith and Atharos, who are out PvPing because they don't want to help me level, which is cool. And Atharos, I heard that you have a flying warg.
Yeah, it's not so much flying really as bouncing.
Swimming in
Yeah.
the air.
I'm not
Okay.
sure what's going on, but it's a thing. You could probably send Anling a picture actually, because I'm pretty sure you took a screenshot, right?
Oh yeah,
One of
I
the
did.
great
I did
company
take a
journeyed
screenshot. Hold
south to
on.
the aid of Aragorn. We came upon a Dunlanding hag named
Where is
Gwylia,
it?
called the Old Woman of the Mountain. She sought to raise an army of ancient
Yes.
evil to aid the White Hand against Rohan. It was our duty, Amlon's and mine,
I'll
to
tweet
keep her
it,
at
shall
bay.
I?
Okay.
Um. Da, da, da.
Let me get Twitter open here. And welcome Meyer to the chat, and also Half Pint Hurricane. Nice to have both of you here today.
Should I tag LOTRO?
Probably not.
Alright, okay. And Thoros, you changed your Twitter thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
Scrub. Okay. Now I gotta pick. I took a lot of good screenshots. I gotta pick which one. Let's see.
What character are you leveling?
I'm leveling my lore master right now.
Oh, the one you did the did the epic on.
Yup. That's why I'm needing to level it. I'm in volume 4 right now, actually.
Oh wow.
What point are you at?
I just finished with Peligir, I think.
Getting pretty good from there on out, so.
Yeah, I know. I'm really excited, but I need to get another level because it just gets really difficult.
Yeah, definitely noticing the difficulty spike.
When people put in my chat for episodes that I need to gain more levels, that's when I know I probably need to gain more levels. When they start to complain.
Damn, feel bad for that freak.
So did you
Okay.
guys see that they actually think that Bjornings are underpowered and need to be helped in PvP?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. There's actually the first Bjorning we've seen in PvP was today, just now. I haven't
Yeah.
seen any of them.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's because it's a new class and people don't really use them much. But
They, from when we were doing PvP back in the day, myself and Terry Adwin, Bjornings were so extremely overpowered, it wasn't even funny.
survivability wise, or
Like survivability wise and just damage wise as well. I mean, they made Guardians look like a joke when Guardians were overpowered. I mean, it was ridiculous. But yeah, apparently they're underpowered, so whatever.
It's Gert's day.
I've just had my share of experience in the old burglars.
Oh no.
How many these days they have a tendency to one-shot you from stealth?
Yes. Especially me. Yeah, that person has the Athelian thing.
Yeah, it does look pretty nice.
It almost makes me want to do the Athelian stuff to get it. Almost. Oh no, burglar. Oh, I'm dead. That's about how it goes.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Have you guys taken a look at any of the beta stuff?
Yeah, I did pop on there briefly just to check out the new area. It looks pretty cool. Something cool I did notice is that the fell beasts flying above the Black Gate,
Yeah.
they actually have shadows. So if they fly over, you actually see it, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it's pretty creepy, I think.
Yeah,
The whole zone just feels very dark and very Mordor-y.
yeah, the atmosphere is really good.
Mm-hmm. To me, it feels like a cross between, like, the diversity of Mirkwood and the darkness of Angmar.
Yeah, I'd say so. Without that weird sound effect they have in Angmar, that's
Yeah.
not something I really was a fan of.
Where am I?
And Tharos, were you a fan of Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah, I've got it on Steam. I've beaten it, I think, twice. I think I started a new one somewhat recently, but I didn't quite finish it. Yeah, I like it.
So I assume you heard about the sequel announcement.
Yeah, I knew it came, or it's like been announced. I don't really know too much about it. That's all I really know, to be honest.
Do you
But
want
I'm
to?
probably gonna give. I am up for it. I'm probably gonna buy it when it comes out.
There's a Facebook ad, because the gameplay reveal is going to happen tomorrow. There's a Facebook ad that teases the gameplay reveal and shows Talion riding a drake.
What?
So,
Well,
should be
I mean-
pretty interesting.
If you're not even gonna bother trying to be lore accurate, then you might as well just go all the way.
And there's also, for the Mithril edition, a physical item that depicts Talion on a drake fighting a Balrog.
Because why not?
Because why not?
Why not? Is the best reason.
So, should be pretty interesting.
Just throw a giant eagle in there and you're good to go.
I'm all up for that. I mean, I have my Lord of the Rings games that I try to be accurate, and then I have ones I don't really care, and I'm all up for it.
Speaking of
Sounds
which,
fun.
I'm planning to do a War in the North playthrough very, very soon. Before
It's also
Shadow
a
of
game
War.
I played recently. I think it's actually one me and Sith played recently as well, somewhat recently. I don't think it
Yeah.
quite worked out, but
Well, we weren't really taking it very seriously, to be fair.
yeah. I think we stalled out at the Barrow Downs.
That
Yeah.
place is pretty amazing. It makes Lotro's Brow Downs look kind of weak.
I think it's visually cool,
Yeah.
but the enemies are a bit tiresome.
They are. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like that's a problem with any Barrow Down depiction.
I feel like that's
Yeah,
just a
Undead
problem
just-
with War in the North in general, is that it gets pretty repetitive throughout.
It does, yeah.
You can only do undead so many times before it's.
Yep.
Yeah. Still a good game though. I've beaten it like a couple times. It's still really good. It's just, yeah, it has flaws like most games.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish there were more games like it, to be honest,
Yeah.
because there aren't really a lot of Lord of the Rings games being made anymore.
No, just Lotro and the Shadow of Whatever series.
Yeah, I've pretty much played all of them at this point. I'm currently got Third Age Total War going.
Yeah, nice.
Which has been pretty good.
Yeah, my goal is to, at the very least, finish War in the North before Shadow of War comes out. And keeping in mind that, you know, that includes me also having to do the Mordor expansion in that time frame. And hoping to also do other Tolkien games beyond just that, if I have the time.
Yeah, I definitely recommend Third Age if you haven't played it, or if anyone
I'm
else hasn't
planning.
played
Yeah,
it.
I played Third Age. I'm planning to do the other strategy game that can't think of the name right now. But
Battle for Middle Earth.
yep, yep. I
Haven't played that
used
in years.
I used to own it, and then it like the disc got messed up or whatever, like one of the key discs, and so I couldn't play it anymore. And hoping to get it on like Goodman Gaming or whatever the place is that basically made it compatible. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, from what I heard, it's they're pretty hard to get a hold of these days. I think I have
Yeah.
a set somewhere, both the second one and the expansion. But I have no idea if I still got it.
There's a
But
couple.
apparently, yeah, they're quite rare now because obviously they don't make them anymore.
yep. So hoping to get into that at some point.
This was a mistake. I am dead already.
Oh, I love being stunned and then pulled back like 5 seconds earlier. That's great.
If you like being stunned, then you'll love the new area. Oh my gosh. I swear every enemy has a stun.
Return to Stunland, is it?
It's worse than Stunland, I think. I mean, it's bad.
I'll play a little master.
And you also get to go back to this like same area 5 times, so that's great.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah.
I got one
But
shot trying to get
that being said, that's in the Slag Hills area. In Daggerlad, story's amazing.
Up.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but they go farther than they've ever gone before with something.
Well, they've been doing the I think it was when we were questing in what's it called? The hidden ranger camp place.
Hit at the noon.
Yeah,
That
that one. There was like a few questions that had sort of session play, but not really, where you like see like a flashback.
Yeah, I
of
really
past
liked
events.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely seems like a good method to be showing stuff that's happened before, which I'm assuming
Apparently, they're gonna do a lot of like the War of the Last Alliance stuff in this update. So that'll be
Huh.
that should be
interesting.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like hidden weapons of the Last Alliance like all throughout that are like collection type things.
Hmm.
Kind of like the Ranger caches or whatever it was in previous
Yeah,
areas.
deeds.
Mm-hmm.
Would definitely be interesting to see.
Alright. We're just gonna do that one again real quick.
It's gonna be so agonizing being that close to the Black Gate and you still can't go up to it because you die.
Well, you can't on landscape, but I mean, I'm assuming in the Battle of the Black Gate that we'll be able to go somewhat close to it. But maybe not. I don't know. Because in the books, they actually never go anywhere near the Black Gate.
Yeah, it's true.
They just stay on the
Still.
hills.
Hmm.
But who wants to do that? And we already know we're going into Mordor for the next expansion anyways, so...
Yeah. I would be surprised if there's not some type of venture, at least near Mordor, coming up that's beyond the landscape.
Mm.
I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm. So what, skirmish are you doing, anything?
The fastest one to get XP, which is Storm on Methodists.
It's not a bad one.
It's
Still have
probably one of my favorite ones. It would be my favorite one if I didn't play it so often.
Yeah, that tends to be the way. I still have a long-lasting dislike for Siege of Gondomar.
Understandable.
I still remember why it's cold and so like it. Hate having to run back and forth. Okay, I'm gonna log in and see if we can actually figure this bouncing thing, because
A cool thing that they did with the new area, though, is that they split up the quest to where you can do basically any of the 3 zones almost in any order. You have to do a couple quests in one place first, but then it pretty much opens up.
yeah.
So that's kind of nice because the slag hills are pretty repetitive, and so for alts it'll be nice to just be able to go straight to Daggerlad and not worry about the rest.
Hmm.
Definitely something to do. Do we know yet how much it's going to cost?
No, they haven't said how much this upcoming update or the expansion will cost, so don't know yet. It is just the first round of beta, though. I'm guessing we'll know soonish.
Yeah, I mean, even the Epic isn't in there yet. They're going to put it in at some point.
Well, they're not going to do that till it goes live, they said.
Yeah, I think they did that before.
Yeah, with a recent update they didn't, but I think they're going to be doing that with this one just because it's the Battle at the Black Gate, and I don't think they want any of that spoiled.
Yeah, understandable.
And apparently there's a possibility that the Mordor beta will be an open beta,
Interesting.
so that'd be kind of cool.
That would be nice.
Let's see. Are you still floating? Yes, you're still floating.
Well, we'll see what happens when I actually get back in game.
You did tweet that out, right? I haven't checked yet.
Yes, yes, I did.
Alright,
Wait.
I'm going to share that
How
in
am
a
I-
second.
Oh no. The outpost got taken. So the red circle flipped, so I died in the red circle.
Which means I'm going to die when I log in, which might help. Actually, I've died a couple times, so I know it didn't.
I've been listening to a lot of the Tolkien Professor podcast recently. He's been doing like a LOTRO series.
Yeah, I've been following it.
And one thing I thought was really funny is when he pointed out that, can anyone really tell the difference between Elladan and Elrohir? Because they're always together. So what actually differentiates them?
Are they
I don't-
technically identical twins? I don't remember that in the books.
I don't know.
That would explain why in War North they, well, I don't know if that spoilers them out, but it's, yeah. They had their ways of differentiating.
Alright, let's see if we can actually share this here. Alright. Which direction do I need to move this? This way. Okay. There we go. So, as you can see, wargs aren't supposed to be able to swim in the air. That's perfect with the moon in the background. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, when you logged back in, did it fix itself?
Well, I can't log back in. I tried it and then I was stuck in the eternal load screen, so I'm going to try it again. But
Did you
May
like
have-
full exit Lotro or?
yeah, I did. I may have, or it may have broken my warg, but we'll see.
Well, best of luck at those.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, they took.
What rank is that warg?
8. Not bad, not great either. Because the first creep I rolled. Oh, there we go. I'm in game now. I'm dead.
Okay.
And you're not floating?
Not yet.
Yeah, when you die, is your corpse floating or does it?
No. I'm in grams now, but it seems to have fixed it. The weird thing though is that it is only doing it in certain parts of the map, like where the terrain is like lower. like a below sea level
Right, yeah.
thing, that's when it was doing it. When I wasn't below that, I was playing fine.
I
Yeah, it's
know
like this.
Carvette had an issue where when he went into this one house, he was basically gradually jumping up and down to the point where he eventually ended up like through the roof or whatever of one of these houses.
Yeah, that's basically what happened to me. Yeah, same thing. There was like a splashing sound.
Yep,
constantly
yep,
going.
he had the same issue.
Yep. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know what's going on with it, but
Yeah, I don't think
it's,
anybody actually knows what the glitch is, but it apparently happens randomly every now and then.
yeah,
I'm
it seems
gonna
to-
leave the. Hold on. Oops, I didn't mean to remove you from my friends list. Oops. Sorry.
No longer friends.
Okay.
It's there we go.
Your wog's not floating anymore. You're no longer worthy, Atharos.
Oh, I was dismissed from the fellowship as well.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to. No, I was trying to fix like, it's doing that thing where your dot on the mini map is stuck in one place, even though I know that's not where you are. So, but
Relogging seems to have fixed it at any rate. So there
Well,
you
that's
go. There's your advice if you are experiencing the floating in the air illness. Just log out, log back in, turn it off and on again. Sage advice.
Oh my goodness, that's so many dogs. How are there this many? There's seriously like 10 of them. I've never seen this many in this skirmish on solo especially. I might die here.
What? Is that
Uh-oh.
tier 1?
Yeah.
I could probably jump through. I think I'm rusty as heck though.
yeah,
No idea
same.
what I'm doing. We did go through Athelion, but that was a while ago. And the combat's seriously hard now.
Yeah, they seem to make it be more challenging.
Just wish the lower levels were more. Because I've been thinking about rolling another character, but I know that the first like 40 levels are just brainless, and then it,
They
like,
go
spikes
pretty
a
quick
bit.
though.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not gonna do the epic anyway. At least not volume 1. But
Yeah.
I've been there. It's done. Seeing how long it took the Tolkien professor to do it, it's like so
Well,
many hours.
He gets distracted by every single tapestry and every single like possible lore item that there is. So it's a little bit different how long it takes him versus the average player, I think.
That's true. Have you experimented with the new housing stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, you can parkour
'Cause-
in your house now.
Yeah, we've got an island. I'm not sure if anyone knew that already, but we've got one, and we've kind of messed around with stuff. It's actually worked pretty well.
Cool.
It's really new, neat system to put in. It's very simple,
Yeah.
but it just works really well.
Yeah.
We made we have like one of those destroyed models of Minas Tirith tables, and we were putting chairs at it to make it look like people were sitting and like planning stuff. And then the Tharos had the idea to raise and lower the Candate statue to make it look like a wooden copy of Candate was sitting at
Oh my
the
gosh.
table.
Yeah, actually, it looks really good.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm really a big fan of the trophies. They look like they're
Considering
just standing there.
considering how many houses they sold, I'm shocked that they have not made more housing available in like Rohan or somewhere.
Yeah, they
'Cause
might do. I
within
mean,
within just the first month, over half of the homes in 50 neighborhoods on Landerville were sold. In just the first month.
Yeah.
So they had to have made quite a bit off of just that. And you think about that across all the different servers and how many houses that would be. versus the amount of work I assume it would have taken to make the housing system, I'm guessing they made a
Yeah.
pretty good profit on that. So I'm surprised that they haven't added in Rohirrim housing or somewhere else.
Well, I mean, I guess the hardest step is the first one, and now that they've done a decent housing revamp, just the mechanics wise, and then added new set of housing, I would think it a lot more likely now that they will add more. In the
Yeah, I
future.
think the only reason that they haven't is just because of Mordor. And they need
Yeah,
like
no.
every person they can possibly muster to work on it.
I'm looking forward to see how they do a volcano because I think we haven't had one in this game yet.
And the fact that the volcano
true.
is going to be like Minas Tirith is going to look these like super small compared to the size of this thing. And so
Yeah,
that's going to be just incredible, I think. Because I
Yeah,
mean,
like
Mount Doom is one of the largest mountains in Middle-earth, and it's a volcano,
an active volcano. No
an
less.
active volcano.
Be up joining in the next skirmish when you're done with your current one.
Okay.
I don't remember if you can join partway in, so
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so.
Yeah.
Because
If it's a
yeah.
group one, you can, but I think if it's solo, you can't.
Yeah.
But I'm almost done.
Yeah, we've seen like the black rock texture they use for like the walls of Mordor in like near Smoggle,
Yeah.
and that's pretty high quality. So if they're going to use that in Mordor generally, it's going to look pretty cool.
It seems like that they should, yeah. Yeah, I'm super excited for it. I mean, we're only like 3 months away, a little over 3 months away from when it's supposed to be coming out, because they're going to do 3 updates this year, so
Wow.
that's going to be pretty intense where, you know, by the time I finish the new update, it'll be probably like, because it's going to come out end of March, supposedly. So it'll probably be
Yeah.
end of April by the time I finish that. And then not too long after, I would think, would be the Mordor beta. And so, I mean, it's going to be a lot of stuff just back to back. So,
Yeah. To think that when that comes out, you'll be able to go from basically almost the Grey Havens, like not quite because it's not there, but the Shire to Mordor and everything in between's there, pretty much. All the important bits. Almost seamlessly. Minus Moria. That's just a really big landmass.
yeah, it's absolutely incredible how big Middle-earth is. And the fact that Mordor is literally like twice the size of Gondor means that it's probably going to be like there's absolutely no way they can cover all of Mordor in this expansion. And so
No.
I'm guessing that we're just going to get like the area up to Mount Doom
Yeah,
and
I mean,
like
if you
all the areas around that on the entrance. But then that because there's like the entry tier and then there's like the second tier that cuts off right about Mount Doom because Mordor has like tiers of mountains. And then the third
Yeah,
tier,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is the largest tier, is after that. And I'm guessing we're not even going to go to that, or we'll just barely get to like the Sea of Nirn or something.
Yeah, that's what you think. It's like you look at the map of Mordor, you can see like that big plain of Littlad. We're probably not going to go there. I think odds are we'll go all this like top left part, Udun and Minas Morgul, Mount Doom, Barad-dûr, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Go there,
Well-
probably stop by Nirn, and then that will probably be it.
Well, and they even said that Minas Morgul, at least like possibly group stuff at Minas Morgul, isn't even going to be until after the expansion.
Yeah, or
So
have to like curve back around for it.
it might not even be till like the next update. So I mean, the actual like Mordor expansion will not be that much of Mordor. It's still going to be a huge area though, and so
Yeah.
it'll be really interesting to see how all that works out.
I'm gonna be really hopeful that we can actually use the pass of Cirith Ungol to actually go from one place to the other.
Yeah,
Like
that
one
would be
side
cool.
of Mountain's Tail. Because I know, like, obviously it's not even close in scale, but when you could do that in Lego Lord of the Rings, I was pretty excited for it.
Yeah, yeah. I hope it's different than the Paths of the Dead, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that had to be instance, because obviously it's an interior, but
Yeah, and I was so disappointed by Pass the Dead because we went in after everything, and it was just like, not really anything here.
Had creepy swirly things. And
Yeah.
that's what I can't enter this for some reason.
What?
Okay, are you in a housing area?
I am. Maybe that's why.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I'll just go to wherever the. Okay. no,
And welcome Peyton to the chat, and we are actually going through the Storm Method Address Skirmish, which is in Dunland. Yeah, Dunland. Had to think about it for a bit.
Oh,
Haven't
wait,
been there in
no.
a while.
Isn't it in Enedwave?
Oh,
Wait.
I think
I think it is Enedwith.
it is
'Cause I think
Enedwaith.
that is, isn't it?
But it's like
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the mountain between Enedwaith and Dunland.
Yeah,
I
because that's the
think.
confusing thing. Like Talmethedrus is in Dunland. That's where the Rangers were at one point in that the one Dunlanding village. But this is cool.
According to the map, this is in Dunland. According to the map, we are on the mountain between Dunland and Isengard.
Huh.
Huh.
But I feel like this instance came out in Enedwave.
I think that you're right.
Oh, that's where this is.
'Cause it's
If you
with all the
look to
demon
the
goats.
northwest, you can see where that
Yep, you can see
Um,
Isengard. In one
northwest. You can
or,
see
well,
where
yeah,
that
the Dunland camp, and then another part you can see Isengard.
Yeah, that is where this is then.
Yep, it's in Dunland.
Oh, I think the reason I thought this was Enedwith because the lady we fight at the end has a.
She has a story
had
there,
in
but then it
Enedwith.
ends in Dunland. Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll try not to revert back to my old ways.
Of pulling everything under the sun.
Yeah, I don't do that as much anymore. At least when we were playing Guild Wars 2 and yeah, so it's a bit riskier. Probably doing it in LOTRO these days would actually be really risky in later areas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like 3-mans aren't too bad, but
In the landscape, at least, it's
Well, and two of us are overleveled right now, so that's.
and there's that
Yeah.
too.
yeah. We've been we were running around as lobbies. Like I think I was playing a hunter and I was playing a rootkeeper.
Mm-hmm. We
Most
got
of
up
it's
to
been
28.
something like that. Yeah, we're in North Downs right now. Most of the content's been easy, as you'd expect, but we did do the group area in North Downs, which was actually quite challenging because we're both squishy.
Mm-hmm. We did it. And it worked out.
We did it.
One thing that's disappointing this game when I've been playing Third Age Total War is that Dunedain here are not very cool.
No, that's my biggest disappointment with LOTRO, is that Dunedain are nowhere near as cool as they should be, I think.
It's unfortunate.
And I think that it's more
Maybe
just the
because of what
time
they were-
period that LOTRO came from. Because back then, NPCs were not that useful in any game. And so I
Yeah.
think that because of the time frame LOTRO came in, that it's just NPCs weren't that useful, so therefore Rangers weren't that useful. I feel like if LOTRO was
Yeah.
made now, then Rangers would have been handled totally different. I think it was a gameplay thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think there might have been an element of just the fact that oh god, teleporting thing. The fact that obviously I think they even said this that they because someone needs our help for us to do quests, pretty much, or at least back then, because we didn't the player didn't have as much
auto-bestowed
agency, or yeah, auto bestowed or anything. They basically needed NPCs to give us quests, so the Rangers needed help. And their needing help that often kind of made them seem incompetent.
Well, not only that, but the fact that we never really saw them do much is the big thing.
Yeah.
I think if there were
Yeah.
a lot more instances of them doing like major things that Rangers do, then it would have been a lot more interesting and better received, I think.
Yeah. It's like partial lack of the systems they have now, and partial just maybe not quite balancing it as well as they could have.
Yeah.
The outfits are cool though. I'll give them.
Yeah.
That update where they gave us pretty much straight up gave us the ranger outfits. That was
Yeah, that was good.
with the flip side that it meant that player created ranger outfits are all completely irrelevant.
I wouldn't say that, because then you stand out. Everybody can use the pre-made ranger stuff, but making your own outfit up gives
You
you,
would say
your own uniqueness. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
I was never good at it.
And that's why you're wearing an outfit that I made for you.
Yeah.
I'm actually wearing the anniversary outfit, which reminded me that, hey, 10th anniversary is in April.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be a
Remember what-
huge deal. They said they're going to add something new to the festival this year, like a new event type thing.
Interesting. What year is it going to be for me? Oh, it'll be my 6th year with LOTRO. But
I think this will be my... Let me see, actually, what portrait I have. This will be my 8th year.
This will be my 9th.
Technically even longer, because I've been in betas before that, but as far as actually playing, this will be my 8th year.
I really wish I had found the game sooner, but what are you gonna do?
I did find the game soon enough to actually have the lifetime VP thing be around. The problem
didn't use
is that, like, I had like a weird issue where like the game glitched out early on, and it would like black screen all the time, so I didn't think my computer could handle it. It was actually just like a setting on my my laptop or something that I didn't have set right.
Yeah.
But I thought it was an issue with the game, and so I was like, well, or my computer or something, and so I was like, well, I can't play this. So didn't actually end up paying for a lifetime, which I am kicking myself to this day over.
Yeah. I think I first found the game the year it was going to free to play, but before it, so I did like the free trial for I think it was like a month or so, maybe a week, and then I just all waited for it to go to free to play, and then I started playing it. I don't know how I didn't find out about it sooner.
Yeah, I mean, they were really marketing it back then too. Like, it wasn't like it was a hidden thing. And like, it was IGN's like best the original game was, IGN said it was like the best MMO launch ever, because there were like no server issues at launch, which apparently is worth noteworthiness because of just how bad server launches are for games. It's particularly
Yeah.
MMOs.
Well, time to beat up an old lady.
And I mean, Moria, still to this day, I think, is one of the best expansions for any MMO.
Yeah, I would say so. Like, the amount of stuff that came out with and how big Moria is.
I mean, it had 2 classes, 10 level increase, a totally new legendary item system, which at the time seemed cool before we found out we had to reforge every 10 levels or whatever. And, there was all this new stuff and new instances. There were so many instances in Moria. And then just the general dungeon feel, and there was so much new technology because they had like they had 2 layers where there was like the roof layer and the floor layer, and so they could do like stalactites and stalagmites and all that stuff. And is this glitching out?
I don't. Drake's supposed to come down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she says Ekrud destroy these interlopers, but there is no Ekrud.
Well, I guess.
Oh, he's stuck up there. He's
Where?
stuck. He's stuck over here. Look in the sky.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Can
He's
we
doing
hit
what I
him?
was doing. No,
Yeah.
he's flagged as non-combat. He's pulling me.
Well, shucks.
What if we like run towards him?
He's just stuck in his.
I think he's
animation.
Wait.
Oh, I don't know what.
Oh, I think he's
here,
gone.
here it comes, I think. Maybe. Maybe not.
Yep, there you
Here
go.
he's so good.
This is the best glitch.
Wow, that was a great
Good job.
landing.
He was a
You
li-
did it.
So this clone of Ekrud is not the smartest. Let's just be honest.
He was kind of the runt of the litter.
Yep.
Good to know I'm not the only one who has
Alright,
that
let's
problem.
take care of these ads if possible.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh lord. I missed this game.
Wow, that was a good skirmish.
Not over yet.
Not done yet.
Have to beat up an old lady
No, it's
first.
so uncomfortable.
It is a good skirmish.
Wish we didn't have to listen to him. Groans of pain. It's very
And
uncomfortable.
Myers says, I started the very day after the anniversary in 2013, so I missed the frame. 3-year this year when I should have 4. Yeah, that's annoying. I think I am just barely... I think I was like in May or something like that, so I'm actually very close to 9 years, but really just 8 years. Yeah.
Oh, I have airlines apparently. I actually have no idea how the new imbuement thing works. So,
It's actually basically just you imbue, and then it does its thing.
I don't do anything with it.
Nope, and you get like a ton of levels after. Like, I think my champion's still leveling up the LI, but you don't even think about it, it just does it.
There's still a level cap, or when you can, or like a minimum level, so you can get that imbuement. I don't remember if they changed it.
You basically, there's no items over level 100, so you might as well imbue when you reach level 100. So if you have a level 100 item, make sure everything's right on it, and then imbue after you have like everything you want on it.
Right, but you can't imbue below that.
I think you can. No, you can't. No.
No.
Yeah, it's just
That
at
was-
100.
That was the thing.
Do it or not.
That was the thing people were hoping for. I think it's just to imbue at level 50 when you
Yeah,
get when you want. And then
But I
just be
think
done.
that they realized that would have taken so much work to totally redo the whole system and balancing of everything, because LIs make characters so much more powerful at level 50 that I think they
Yeah.
just realized that it could mess everything up.
I guess still sad though.
Yep.
Switching it up.
Yeah. I do
The
try to do
inhabitants
different
of Bree have
skirmishes
sent
throughout,
the
just because doing the
occupation
same one
holed
gets
up within
old.
the prancing pony.
Mm.
Angered at their uprising,
Oh,
the brigands had
speaking of Bree,
decided
actually,
to burn them out.
I don't know if you played the Divide and Conquer mod for Today's Show War. It's like a mod for a mod. But basically, in that mod, you can play as like Breland and the Shire as a faction.
Yeah.
Obviously not war appropriate, but it's funny. The leader of that faction is Council Master Barliman.
That's awesome.
They're
They're hopeless.
obviously they need to. Yeah.
So
Apparently,
he's an
from what they said.
he's an actual unit then?
Yep, he's a general.
That's hilarious.
From what they said, they were gonna. I think before they were gonna just have like a generic human, but the fact that there's like they wouldn't have anyone who's like iconic, you would recognize. It kind of just made it less interesting.
That's
so
awesome.
Barliman's a general now. Yeah, it's a really good sub mod. I've been putting a lot of time into it lately.
Yeah, I've been meaning to. Part of the problem is that like Medieval 2 in general, when it's modded on my computer, just likes to crash with Third Age for
It
some reason.
crashes all the
Yeah.
time because Medieval 2 is just such an old game.
And the mod's trying to do way too much. As far
Yeah.
as like graphics goes, I mean.
Yeah, the way I've got mine, or the way I have mine installed right now, it crashes like once every few hours,
Yep.
but it's mostly just to like you close it and then restart it and it's fine. You're always gonna have crashes though when you try and play Diablo 2. It's just not really a stable game, especially when it's modded to the extent
Yeah,
of the
the core game doesn't crash for me though, so it's just kind of weird.
It just escalates it.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the most extensive mods to a game has been.
It's won several awards being the most extensive. Yeah, I mean it's pretty in depth.
Is there still that bug with Enscodes 4 where sometimes you use it and then the end's standing over you for the entire rest of the game till you log out?
I haven't had that issue.
Okay, maybe it was just me, but it happened a couple times and I just took it off my skill bar because it was so distracting.
Mm-hmm.
Should probably put that back on because it's a pretty good skill.
It's pretty good, yeah. Especially with the amount of cooldowns that lore masters have.
Yeah. Do I open that? Oh, there's so many pets. Have you finished the bingo boffin questline?
Yep.
Yep. We got a few housing items from that. It's pretty good. I wish I'd remembered to get all the hat stuff, but it's too late now.
Yeah, I finished Bingo Boffin the week it finished. Because I was doing a let's play of it, so I kind of had to.
Yeah.
I'd been doing it every week up to that point.
It's a pretty good questline. God, they chose to do something like that.
Yeah, it was nice. Something that was really nice and different. Apparently, in the next area, or maybe with Mordor, it's kind of confusing. Sometimes they say it in a weird way to make you think that maybe it's not the next area. But anyway, in the next area, there's supposed to be a storyline that lets you pick who you want to align with as far as the race stuff.
Yeah, they said something about that, didn't they?
Yeah.
And
Which race to like sort of align with.
Mm-hmm. And apparently you can play through all the different lines, and so that makes me really curious as to how it's going to be different, and makes me extremely excited because the race that we pick might actually matter for once. Because it hasn't mattered the whole game, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's something I'm wondering. Is it the race you choose while there, or the race you chose?
No, it's
that
just
counts?
whoever you can be, whatever race and align with whoever. Yep. But I think, if you're playing whoever, you're probably more likely to align with whatever
Them, yeah.
faction, yeah.
Not me, I don't like elves, but
But I'm just glad that they're doing something to differentiate the races when we're basically just on a race of man story at this point.
yeah, I mean, there's no real way getting around that, but
But that's kind of a nice workaround where it's like, well, we can still tell stories that are different. And in Mordor, where it's going to be the soul-sucking power of Mordor, I think it'll be nice to have, something different.
yeah. Who the heck leaves bread just lying around?
Hobbits.
Apparently Barliman Butterbur and hobbits.
Oh, how are you gonna lead a nation?
I don't think that's his aspiration in this game.
Should be.
And the boss is on me. Thanks, guys, for the bread.
Yeah.
Oh, I got stunned.
Hold on. I got slowed.
It's just an embarrassment.
My biggest pet peeve is still when they steal your weapon. I'm like, there's no way anybody should be stealing anybody's weapon this often.
Yeah. Anything that really stops you using abilities for a long period of time.
It really demoralizes you too. It's like, you are worthless, you lost your weapon.
Unless you're playing like Creepside and probably just immune to disarms. Oh no, you disarm my warg, what's he gonna do?
Right?
Surprising how much you remember playing a game this long. Like, I haven't played a skirmish in at least 4 years. I just like know by instinct where to go and what happens.
Like riding a bike.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to ride a bike anymore. I forgot that. But if you're in a
But it's totally like that.
totally like that, except the opposite of me, because that was actually not the case. I'll just fall over. think I'm actually not making as big a deal as I should of the fact that we have cosmetic weapons now.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I haven't been using that very much.
I almost forgot because
Maybe it's because I haven't been following the game as much as I
just
used
kind of take
to,
it for
but
granted. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it seems like people don't make as big a deal out of it as they perhaps should have.
It was
I
a
mean,
how much
huge
it
deal
was
when it
requested.
happened. When it happened, people were losing their minds because it was like this thing they'd been asking for forever, but it's kind of not really talked about anymore.
Yeah.
I think housing kind of took over that cosmetic itch kind of thing.
Yeah.
man, adding weapons to outfits would have been a whole big deal back when I was doing
Yeah.
outfit stuff.
That's part of the reason, like, I kind of want to roll a new character. Like, obviously we did one already, but the hunter's kind of gone a bit dry on me. I'm not less interesting than perhaps I thought it might have been. But just trying that and actually using cosmetic weapons and stuff.
Well, that's the thing, like actually getting to pay attention to the cosmetics of low-level weapons again, and like
Yeah.
find ones
Yeah.
that are good.
Because you sure as heck aren't going to pay attention to the low level armor. That's really bad. Climb suits.
Well, and that's the thing, like some of the low-level weapons actually are really interesting. Like some of them do have unique looks.
I think the
Yeah.
light armor is actually decent. It's just medium and heavy looks horrible.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, you know the armors you can buy from like vendors that have 0 stats that no one
Yeah.
actually uses. Some of those actually have decent
Yeah.
Yeah.
visuals. Obviously not as good as the later zones because of this, but
Yeah.
this, yeah. I think it's because some of them have like preset dyes, and that's why they look terrible.
I would love to see like Mordor themed armor in the next update. Or in the expansion, I mean.
Yeah, they seem to be shying away from having armor that looks like an enemy would use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of because we haven't had an enemy place, I think. Like Isengard, how do you make, armor for enemies
Yeah,
for
but we had-
Isengard?
Angmar.
I know, and we had Angmar armor, like we had the Rift armor and all that other stuff.
I don't remember what Rift armor looked like.
I'm wearing it right now. It's not really enemy looking. It's just sort of.
I guess I was thinking of like the
Armor.
Moria armor, because there's Moria armor that looks,
Yeah, it's a bit more
Pretty evil.
spiky.
yeah.
Spikes generally equals evil.
So, that'd be
Don't
kind of
be-
cool just to have at least one set that looked like that. Double lightning.
Yeah.
What does
So
it
it's
mean?
That was fast.
Yep. Two
Yep.
little
What do you
last.
mean?
This
What do you
guy
mean there's
glitches
a
out.
brigand with a torch?
Yep, he glitches out if you kill him too fast. He's like, I'm still coming, guys.
I'll do it.
I am
Just
incredibly close to leveling up, so this next skirmish should do that.
And I actually have to go. Sorry. But I
That's
thought Ross
fine.
was here. Yeah, I have to go get ready for a Japanese sword fighting class.
Wow.
Which is exciting.
That's exciting. How long have you been doing
But
that?
this is the first class, which is why I'm going, even though
Oh,
I'm sick.
okay. Awesome.
Because I'm going to sit on the sidelines and not actually do anything.
I was
Just
gonna say, don't hurt
watch.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like you being in
Enjoy
one
your
piece.
weirdo training.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys later.
All right, take
See ya.
care.
Rolling up another of that one or trying a different skirmish.
Well, do you have a preference?
Anything will do. I have no idea what. I haven't played skirmishes in so long. Anything's
All
gonna
right,
seem new.
let me
As long as
see
it's not
here.
Siege one.
Yeah, that one's annoying.
God, I remember when they brought this out. Was it Attack of Dawn and the Oracle one? Was it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
They came out as like a bundle. It used to be actually pretty hard.
Yeah. It still kind of
dialogue
is if you pull it wrong. If you get the wrong kind of enemies and you pull it wrong.
Yeah, who would ever pull the mobs wrong? Not me. Remember the Foraker one used to be hellish though. The on the boss fight, it's actually really hard.
Yeah, it still is. Yep. Now, on duo, you know, the difficulty's actually closer to the solo than the 3-man. And so, or, you know, just than a normal duo. And so
Yeah.
it's actually easier to do duos, but if you're doing like a 3-man Isaac Corvinus, it's still pretty challenging.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that. Oh, I guess that bug's fixed now. Cool.
At least temporarily till you break it.
Yeah, I will. Something I did find, I don't know if it was like this when you played PvP, well, the last time you played it, but the NPC scalings have fallen off really hard. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember playing as a warg, there was no chance of me soloing an outpost, but now I can do it without dropping any health at all.
Yeah, the whole... I think that's kind of intentional, though, it seems, but the whole PvP system is totally messed up.
Yeah, it seems like it's very bursty and crit heavy these days.
I feel like they don't know what it is, because I don't think that they're focused on it at all until after Mordor. It really does seem like all the resources are going to Mordor right now. And I mean, even this latest update, it's pretty much done. They could honestly release it tomorrow if they wanted to, I think. I mean, obviously I don't know, you know, what state the epic story's in, but based on the side quests and all that stuff, they're all done. So I'm assuming if, you know, they're smart, they're already way into the development for Mordor. And so that's kind of exciting, just knowing that there's, you know, somewhere on some server, Mordor's in a state right now that, you know, is probably kind of playable.
Yeah. You can at least walk around and see things.
Yeah.
If all the quests and stuff might not be properly hooked up.
And I'm going to be very curious to see how many quests they have with this next expansion, because recent updates have been, you know, much lower in quest count than zones used to be.
Yeah, perhaps more in quality though.
Yeah, there's a couple exceptions, but for the most part, that seems to be the case. Oh yeah, they come from the other direction.
Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah, I knew that, but I saw you going there, and I was just absent-mindedly not even thinking about it. Hey, level up.
That's when you'll level up. Fancy pants animation. I remember when we were going through the epic for Minas Tirith. I'm not going to say too much for spoilers, but the bit just before, like pretty much the last thing that happens before they send you off towards the Rohirrim.
Mm-hmm.
That sequence.
Yeah.
Me and Tiff, that was probably like the top moment we had like in the whole game.
Have you done Pelennor Fields yet?
Yeah, until that.
Until that,
Until
right?
that.
Yeah, it's just gotten
Yeah.
more and more epic. I cannot wait to see what they do at the Black Gate, because if the previous updates are any indication, it's going to be just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, like Sif is a really big fan of the Rohirrim, especially like the charge to do at Penelfields in the film. It's
Yeah.
probably one of the top moments ever. Like just the chills you get from hearing the horns and everything is just
Yeah.
really good. And yeah, they definitely came through with it in the game. It's
Yeah,
so good.
I was worried about it. See, that's what I wish... If they would have had the system they used for Pelennor Fields at Helm's Deep, it would have been so much better received.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a lot of the stuff, like even in Eredor, obviously it's not quite as big combat anyway, but even some of the stuff they could have had, like the resources they could have used, they could have made some parts like Khandoom. Maybe they could have made so much more visually impressive. With the
Yeah.
amount of forces and stuff that are there.
Yeah. Although, you know, I can also see that, you know, there's not supposed to be that many because of the whole, you know, that this is not really something that most people would know about, kind of a thing. But
Yeah, well, maybe even Dol Guldur, for example. This should be quite a few.
yeah.
And it's kind of empty, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But like, even with the fake, like you compare Wolf's Cleft in Tunneland to what we have now, like in Pelennor
Yeah.
Fields. It's like the amount of progress they made is really good.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that they've definitely done, is made a lot of progress in... I feel like with Helm's Deep, they were just like focused on scale, and that's the issue, is that they were focused on scale, not gameplay. Pelennor Fields came around, they're finally focused on gameplay, and still had the ability to make scale. And
Well, I think they were like trying to perfect the scale. Like, it's hard to do it from scratch for a game that's this old, and they've
Right,
never
yeah.
done anything like it before. I'm always going to be that one person actually who liked Helm's Deep, but
Yep.
still.
And there is. They comment all the time. The enemy grows weaker. Well, I'd hope so.
I should hope so, because we just...
Considering we
Double
just,
up.
like, completely own them. And Meyer in the chat says that they like Helm's Deep.
Good.
So there you
I'm
go.
glad there's someone else aside from me. As far as epic battles goes, I'm pretty sure I'm the only person though. Well,
Taken
I
by
can live
some
with that.
madness, Golodir has ventured into the rift. The air is thick with menace, and the stench of Thauerloch lingers.
I liked Peligir. And I kind of like Minas Tirith.
It's funny though that almost everyone, it seemed like the common opinion is that Peligir was the best one they did yet, and it's the one I liked the least because it was the least like the rest of the epic battles.
I think that Minas Tirith they did a pretty good job with too.
I
But,
think yeah, it was definitely probably the most.
It was that you could
overall-
definitely tell that they'd worked on it for, you know, however many more years. So
Yeah, definitely the best ones they did. I just didn't like Peligir because there wasn't actually much.
but then I mean, you know, Pelennor Fields, it's just like nothing compares to it.
Yeah, I haven't done any of the instances or stuff there, but just like the different like not the you know what I mean, like the instance versions of it where you go through time and you like
Yeah.
go to the different stages of the battle and you look on the map and you see where all the forces are.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, it's so good.
Okay, yellow.
Forget how to do this bit. I guess yellow is fellowship moves.
Yep. Yeah, these are only in group stuff.
That probably explains why.
And we have to be careful not to kill Golodir.
I should probably desummon my pet.
It's still a long way away.
I guess it's fair enough. Well, I'm gonna need it. I should probably be careful generally though, being such a high level here.
And Meyer in the chat does make a good point. Epic Battles allowed me to do large-scale battles with low-level friends. Very true. The scaling on Epic Battles was my favorite part of the system. That was really cool.
Yeah, I mean it was the first time they used it. I don't know if they've used it anywhere else since.
Okay.
But... wait, what one is this? Red Dread, is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the color of the text is what it is.
Okay, so we have to do twice.
Yep, and the next one's 3 times, because, you know, math.
Yeah, rule of 3. Everyone likes that.
Yep.
3 is just a good number. Yeah, we'll trick this living volcano into
I
going
think
away.
that you can actually DPS it down if, like, you really try. in like the fellowship version, to
Yeah.
where you can actually just do it one time instead of twice.
So that takes a lot of DPS.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm gonna go in some of the encounter as well, since we're pretty overpowered, it seems.
Yeah, between the two of us, we'll probably just burst it. Oh, okay.
Yay, stuns! Is what nobody ever says.
Unless you're the one stunning people.
Yeah. Which, as a lore master, you know, can happen quite a bit. I usually find it just faster to DPS people down. And there's the
Yeah.
boss. Let's hit this real quick, if we can.
Okay, which one is it then?
Strength. Red.
Okay, I'm gonna have to rely on you for this. I'm not. It's
Yep.
in the chat. I just realized. I'm so rusty.
Alright, and Riley in the chat, welcome. Nice to have you here.
One thing I wish they would do, and I think it's kind of too late now, is just make enemy mobs have more interesting attacks.
Yeah.
Because that was something that was really good about Guild Wars, is that it felt like mobs had almost as much skills as you did.
They actually add not a new type of mob, but a new looking mob in the new update. In update 20.
That is something. I did see the things. I'm not sure how much I really want to mention, but that it was pretty cool. I just wish they had like, because you obviously notice a lot of mobs in LOTRO, most of their damage is just from auto attacking.
Yep.
I just wish they would be a bit more like using spells and stuff.
Yeah,
Stuff,
and
preferably.
using less stuns. More cool stuff, less stun stuff.
I remember the I think it was the half trolls in Gondor weren't quite as stun using. Oh, there's another encounter.
I'm just gonna skip it. Unless
Alright.
it's there already.
Yeah, it's just one of those you interact with, and that's it. Yeah, what was I thinking? Yeah, the half trolls in Gondor didn't use quite as many stuns that I remember, but they did have a few abilities that they would use, and they would hit a lot.
Yep. And so yeah, they've kind of been moving towards that a little bit of just adding more diverse type stuff.
All those the
Okay.
Easterling sorcerers
Have to
that
be
do that
very
visual effect.
careful here.
Yeah, I'm gonna desubmit that.
Blue, or no, not blue, green. Sorry. And yeah, I need to desummon Hairball as well. So, kind of already damaged them quite a bit. Hopefully we won't fail.
It's kind of embarrassing to fail this.
Yeah.
It's a really annoying bit.
We should be able to DPS down the boss before Gullidir needs to be activated again.
One would hope.
Don't even worry about that.
I'm not even worrying about standing in lava. Okay, he's dead.
In
Um,
in Angmar, not Angmar, in the Slag Hills area, the acid stuff actually does pretty good damage. It does like 1,000 damage a second or something like that.
yeah, I think I walked into it. I think it might be percentage health, possibly.
Well, there's another area that until you do a certain quest takes away 20% of your health every second.
Oh, I know what place you're talking about. I went there and I almost died.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Alright, he should be talking now. We have to wait though because we killed everything so quick, and so he has to like figure out, oh yeah, I need to
I
talk.
assume you've experienced this before.
Yeah, there's a timer.
Okay. Yeah, that is cool. I noticed that when you hover over the icon, when you're taking damage from that stuff, it's actually a nice description and everything, like describing it. I noticed they had it in the Minas Morgul River as well, that also damages you. it like has a bit of flavor text, which is always nice to see.
Yeah. But yeah, if Mordor is anything like Daggerlad, I will absolutely love it. If it's anything like the Slag Hills, I will be kind of dreading it.
I mean, maybe dreading it's a good thing in a sense.
True.
But I think atmosphere they'll get down, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, 100% landscape's going to be great. It'll just be interesting to see what else they do from a quest
Yeah.
perspective.
I'm wondering how much of questing is going to be via other NPCs, like how many they actually have go into Mordor, or whether it's going to be more focused on you doing things for yourself, like thinking by yourself.
Yeah,
Because that was something I noticed in.
well, the thing is, like, Aragorn is supposed to go into Mordor and like look around and make sure everything's like secure. Like, I think he goes all the way to Barad-dûr or something like that.
Oh, my bad, I haven't read the books in a long time, but yeah, like I think that was something they did a lot in. I think it was the Ease of Fangorn, where you go in there and it's just like you're exploring and just things that was like your character notices this, you do this. That's the kind of stuff I actually liked, and I think they maybe will do more of that in Mordor,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure. Okay.
Yep. We had our warm up. Now we're having a cooldown, I guess.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good jokes. Yeah. Well, to see. I guess with the sliding things probably means there is going to be a fair amount of NPCs in Mordor.
I would be surprised if there weren't. Also, it sounds like there's going to be totally new stuff because they say there's like these, creatures that. There's definitely going to be new creatures and stuff like that. So that'll be interesting.
Have we seen the Great Beasts yet? They must have been pulling Grond, so I assume we have.
I
But those
think
will
we've
probably
seen a
be in
few of
Mordor
them,
at some
but
point.
I don't know. It'll be very interesting. I mean, there's the very real possibility that there could be just, Moria level of totally different stuff.
Would be
'Cause, I
nice.
mean, Moria added in a ton of new NPCs and things like that, and even like mechanics on how you fight NPCs.
Yeah, I don't even remember because obviously I wasn't around, so I don't know exactly how much of what was in Moria was new. Obviously, the Nameless would have to be.
Yep.
Just like seeing new, like, you know what I mean, like skeletons, enemy models that had like different animations, rather than just like a reskin of a different model they used for it. Like the salamanders, lizards, all that thing, they're all like different looking and they have different names, but they all use the same lizard model that has
Yeah.
the same animations. Something
Alright,
like brand
and-
new, if that's what they're going for, would be cool.
Yeah. And welcome, Jesse, in the chat. Nice to have you here. And yeah, welcome from Australia. I guess it is a decent time in Australia.
I have no idea what time it is in Australia, and I'm
Pineleaf's not here to tell
Thinking.
us.
yeah, he's always good at time.
Mm-hmm.
Time.
Do you remember the moment when he knew your time zone better than you did?
Yep, I'm pretty sure he always knows my time zone better
Yep,
than I do.
that was funny.
It is currently 3:15 in the morning, so no need to tell me that this time.
Alright, apparently it's 1:40 p.m. now.
But I should probably know that because I play with a New Zealander and they've pretty much the same time zone. What are you gonna do?
Or 2:15, different times are appearing in the chat, so.
It's always good. I'm
I
assuming
trust
maybe
the
one
person
is,
who says that they're from Australia, which would be 2:15, so.
I would guess that maybe won't be like an hour removed for clocks moving forward and back and such.
Alright, and welcome Dees to the chat. Nice to have you here. And Dees does ask the most common question that's always asked, what server is this on? This is on Landerville server.
The best server.
He said it, not me.
Still true though.
It's actually nowhere near the most populated server anymore.
Oh, I have no idea what the ranking is now with the consolidations and everything.
Yeah, apparently Landerville's gone quite a bit down in the rankings since the consolidation.
Assuming the population's higher, it's just they're not relative to everyone else. They've gone down.
Yeah, the population's still like as high as it had been and actually has grown, but it just didn't grow as much as others did.
Doubling kinda. No, I hate this guy.
Yep.
Oh god.
And yes, Australia is a big place. Multiple time zones, probably.
Okay, well, time to wait the arbitrary 20 seconds for you to actually be able to be killed.
Yep.
There we go. I guess the challenge of him is just meant to be trying to survive long enough to kill him, but I just hate waiting.
Yeah. I like this one though.
Kalbakia.
Yeah, one thing I wish they would do, and wish they would have done, basically all throughout, is have... First of all, in Rohan, I wish warbands would have come out of Isengard. That would have been awesome, if they spawned out of Isengard.
And then roamed out to their
and
positions.
then roamed
yeah, that
out.
would have been cool.
The other thing I wish is that they had more scale on landscape, especially in some of the more evil places, where, like, you know, there'd be 10 orcs to a unit, but they'd be really low health or something like that.
Yeah. Just like having the more of the scale would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Because there were the Pale Trappers that had been there for quite a while, and then they just kind of, like, fell by the wayside, and we haven't seen them for, like, 50 levels or whatever. I guess we have to walk forward a little bit. There we go.
Okay. We don't even have a blade.
He doesn't need one.
Such a liar.
When you got a
this
mammoth,
mammoth
I
always-
don't think you need a blade.
This mammoth always freaked me out because you can see his bones.
Yeah. Well, if that freaks you out, then you'll love the new area. It's like 100% bones.
That was
Just
a good
piles
face.
and piles and piles of bones everywhere.
Yeah, I did run around in Daggerlad and that little bit of the dead marshes you can go to.
Well, have you gone underneath the Black Gate yet?
I tried to go near it and it killed me.
Well, no, there's like, if you go towards the towers on the side, you can actually go underneath it through a tunnel thing that connects the two towers.
I didn't know that.
Yep, and there's
I'm
like a bone delivery system, so they drop all these bodies in holes, and then like the orcs feed on them down below. It's pretty creepy.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to go back there.
Yeah.
Is that just like in the landscape?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to go
Yep.
there.
There's also a resource dungeon that's tied to it.
God, okay, can you stop knocking me back, please? Okay, no. I don't remember him doing this.
He does that, yeah.
Groups
It's worse,
normally,
I
maybe.
think, but he's always done that. I don't think he does it solo.
That's probably why. Oh, I'm gonna have to go there now. Because that sounds really cool and gruesome.
Yeah, there's a quest line in Daggerlad that I can't wait to do a Let's Play on once it comes out, because it gets really dark.
I haven't done any of the quests, I'm gonna save that for life, but I couldn't resist the chance to.
I wanted to save it, but I couldn't because I wanted to do the resource dungeon, so I had to do like most of the quests.
Yeah. The resource dungeons, are those like... I don't know what to compare it to. I guess the
They're
ones in
like
Moria?
the Moria resource dungeons, or the what's it called? Heightwold resource dungeons, or the Lothlorien resource dungeons.
I guess I didn't do them much. So I'm not
Basically, it's just a landscape area that has enemies that basically there's more resources in the dungeon than normal, and you get quests at the end that give you like rewards. Or you do quests throughout that give you rewards at the end.
sure. Right. Yeah, I did see the names. I just saw one of them. Is it actually inside the Tower of the Teeth? Or the Tower of the...
Yeah, one of them's literally Towers of the Teeth, and then the other one is like another tunnel area that has even more bones that's in the same area.
Oh, I wonder if the bubble was up today.
No, it went down, but if you want to message me next weekend, we can both go on and look around.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to do that. I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Alright, let's see here. I think we have time for one or two more skirmishes.
Just going around all the list there. Yeah.
Alright, what's an easy one that will not be annoying?
Tugborough is always a solid, but I don't know like what the rates of.
It takes a while, but I think with you here it won't take that long since you're 105
And a War Master.
and a lore master.
Yeah.
Brigands and goblins lay siege to the great smeals of Tugborough. Provisions are running low, and time is running short.
And
This music's
Meyer
not
asks, are those new crafting resources for a new crafting tier or still in the annoying tier? It's still in the same tier, but there's new recipes. I don't know why they did it that way, but they did. So still no new crafting tier, but there are new recipes. And if there's a new crafting tier with the expansion, I'm going to be really upset. Because, like, why did you do that with these resource dungeons? I hope, at the very least, if they do that, they retroactively change the resource dungeons to be good for the new crafting tier.
Been playing this game for almost 6 years. This music's still really good though.
Yeah, the music here is pretty good. Yeah, pretty sure that's Chance Thomas, so...
Something I do appreciate is that for so far, all of the new zones they've done have had their own music. They're all like amazing, but it's
Yeah.
at least new and not blatantly synthesized.
New is good, yeah. As long as they still work in the older ones, I think a little bit of new is always good.
To be honest, I'm still slightly annoyed that they replaced all of West Rohan's music with East Rohan's because
Oh,
they played
yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it wasn't as good, but it wasn't unbearable. Oh, I'm going to kill myself on that, aren't I? I just realized what the Priest of Vengeance does.
Yep, just solo target the priest and don't hit the other. Wait till the blades go away.
Yeah,
Yep.
I accidentally autoed. Yeah, that's something I've done before.
There we go, finally went away.
Here's my counter.
Yeah, I do that a lot as well.
You just want to burst him.
Jesse asks, are they getting an actual composer for Mordor? Have not heard if they're getting Chance Thomas or not for Mordor, or some other composer. I hope so. I hope they do.
Yeah. Yeah. But even if they don't, lately their composer, whoever they have in-house, has been doing a pretty good job.
I think actually Cordovan might have said that it is in-house stuff. I don't remember, don't quote me on that. But because I remember he shared some Mordor music on the stream, or maybe it was just, that might have just been update 20 music, not Mordor. I don't remember. I think it was just update 20, so I don't think we've heard anything about Mordor yet. So
Yeah.
forget I said anything.
Either way, the stuff they've been doing is pretty good. Like there's this one track in the Belfalas housing area that's really good.
Yeah.
That's new, and as far as I'm aware, their in-house person, it's just pretty good. Anything
Yeah,
that's
and
on
I think
par
their
with that.
in-house person is either a different person or has gotten a lot better. So
Or got more resources to work with, I suppose.
Or, yeah. Another Priest of Vengeance.
Oh,
I don't think there's any mobs with him, though.
okay, well, I don't think he can put it on himself.
No.
He has, I was about to kill myself on it.
Watch him... Watch him put it on, like, you or something. And he kills himself.
I wouldn't be surprised. with
There's
this
no
game.
enemies, I gotta put it on somebody. Or, you know, there's no allies, gotta put it on somebody.
I guess if he put it on himself, he'd be like impossible to kill.
Well, it's just AoEs, I think, though, so... I don't
Is
know
it?
that for sure. Maybe not.
Might just be AoE's usually what happens when you... What? The bandit died? I guess we missed something. Hmm.
Not worried about it.
Just a hobbit. Oh god. Need teleport a little bit.
Yeah, I had lag there. Barrel.
Oh, no damage.
It doesn't, but it stuns you or something. It's annoying.
I guess I haven't fought a lot of these guys because they're a lot of
I
them
mean,
are
it does
just-
do damage, but I think when you're that high level, it doesn't really.
Yeah, probably would have been a lot more. I haven't fought a lot of these, obviously, because some of them are group only, which is sad, but I feel like a lot of these, to be honest, could be easily fought solo.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it
I
does
know
mean
people
that
who
it's-
do the duos solo, so.
Yeah. I feel like kind of doing solo skirmishes for too long, you just end up fighting the same stuff over and over again.
Yep.
That Nature's Fury is not really that good, I've found. It's visually fun to use, but it doesn't seem to actually do that much damage.
It does when there's a lot of mobs, I've found.
Yeah. It seems like an AoE probably, but
The main thing is you have to make sure you put it on the big boss, and it does a lot of like overtime, damage over time stuff, so.
yeah, if you can get them to stay bunched up long enough.
Yep. I've actually found it to be pretty effective, plus it's, you know, one of the few that aren't on cooldown when I need it, so I just add it to the rotation kind of a thing.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of the time you could probably just use Lightning Storm and kill all of them instead.
Yeah, but that doesn't come off on cooldown too often, so. Because I use it so
Yeah.
much.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yep.
Well, I always disagree with people who say Runekeepers have better animations.
Yeah.
That's just Lightning Storm on its own.
I guess back this way.
Oh, there's a wolf.
Alright, and Jesse asks, hey Andang, what is the name of your main on Landerville? Andang. See how easy that was? That being said, right now the character I'm playing a lot is this character, because I've finished the new area, so right now I'm playing a lot of Staffdang, which is S-T-A-F-D-A-N-G, just one F. I don't know why. And when the new update comes out, I will definitely be on Andang a lot.
So, what are you going to do when you do catch up to your champion with your Lore Master?
I'm still gonna do the zones first. Yep. Still.
But will
gonna
you
do
play,
mine.
for like YouTube wise, would you just play through it on your champion?
My plan is to do. Well, right now I'm doing the epic story and the new area. I'm thinking about just continuing both series, and maybe even doing them side by side. But the first thing will definitely be the champion. But I'll probably finish up the epic story on my lore master before my champion finishes the epic story.
Mhm.
So it'll probably be, you know, a mix of both, where I start it first, you know, start the long series first, but in the epic story series first.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the point, isn't it? Because with the Lawmaster, you only do the epic, and then with the champ,
Yep.
you do everything.
Only the epic and skirmishes, which has really come to bite me lately with these long levels.
Yeah.
But I wanted to prove that I could do just the epic story and skirmishes and the, you know, few instances we did on LOTRO Players Adventures. And that be the only thing to level this character. And it's possible, because I'm already to 98.
Yeah.
Past the
There you
cap
go.
that I started at. Because I think it was 85 when I started, was the level cap.
Do you remember what year you started your Lawmaster playthrough?
It was recorded, so I think it was either 2012 or 2013.
Oh,
If it was, I think it was the end of 2012 when I started it.
so long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, literally like 5 years ago.
What was
Well,
that?
4.5, I guess. That would have been Riders of Rohan, yep. So yeah, level cap would have been 85.
Jeez.
Yep, and still not even done with... I'm done with what was out at the time I started. At least I'm done with that.
Yeah, that's a milestone.
But not done with the all the way yet. So I'm hoping to finish my epic story stuff before Mordor comes out. And
Would
then,
be
you know,
ideal.
do all the new Mordor epic story. Which leveling for that's going to be horrible, I'm imagining. Assuming they
Yeah,
do
I
10
guess-
levels.
Yeah, if they do. I have a feeling they might do 5.
They might. It depends on how much content there is, but I think that what they seem to do with even the 5 levels is that there's not enough content to get you all 5. And so I could see them doing 10 levels, but there not being enough content to get you all 10. Without having done, you know, the previous area first, while still leveling, kind of a thing.
I guess they always have the option to just tweak the XP they give, because I think that was a problem when Isengard came out, is that there wasn't enough quests, because it was like...
It was just the
more
XP
quests
was
than more-
broken since Moria, I think it had been broken.
The scaling was just off.
Yep.
Yeah, so a lot of people had the mistaken assumption that Isengard had fewer quests than Moria, but it actually had more. It's just they weren't giving enough quests.
I don't
XP.
think it had more.
At least, like, comparable.
It was
not-
comparable, but I mean, Moria had like over 500 quests, if I remember right. And I don't think any place has matched that. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think I would much rather have one really good quest than 10 bad quests, or even 20 bad quests.
Yeah, and to be honest, really Moria had a fair few kind of duds as far as quests go. The revamps definitely helped with that a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely smoothed out the quest flow anyway. Oops.
The other
While
Bree
war
skirmish.
raged in the
I think
south,
it's crazy
the
that there's
rages of the
2
north were
skirmishes in
absent.
Bree, but no
Brigands and
skirmishes in
ruffians took an
Rohan or
opportunity
Gondor
to wrest control of Bree.
Or anywhere else.
or anywhere else.
Had warfare.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking about double. I'm talking about no skirmishes in Rohan or Gondor.
Hmm. It's where there'd be more of them. To be honest.
I would really like to see a Mordor skirmish.
I guess most people are probably just happy enough that they're releasing instances again. Because there was like a stretch where they weren't doing any.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just glad that they're doing instances with the expansion, as long as we get, or, you know, sometime after, but I think it's still included or something. As long as we get
Yeah.
instances sometime this year, I think it'll be fine and they don't have to worry about anything too much.
Did they say if they were going to release any with Mordor?
I don't remember if they specified. I think they said it'll come after the update, but I don't know if they've specified if that means not with the expansion, or if that means just with the expansion but later.
Like
A lot of
Helm's
expansions.
Deep or Rohan, I don't remember.
Well, Rohan and Isengard, I
Rohan
think
was
both
next. Yeah.
had
right.
it later.
Yeah, because Rohan had the Erebor stuff, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think Isengard, like, Dracok released at the same time, but I think the Tower of Orthanc stuff didn't release till later.
Yeah. All that stuff didn't.
And I don't know if they've completely fixed Dracok still.
I don't think they're ever going to completely fix Dragon.
I don't know.
He's probably not ran often enough now to see.
They've fixed a lot of random stuff this last year, though. Like, stuff that had been broken for years. I can't remember anything off the top of my head, but there had been some stuff in the patch notes I remember being like, that's been broken for years. I'm glad they finally found a fix for that.
Well, that old music bug is nice to have fixed. The one where the ambient music would randomly just stop for no reason.
And I mean, even just them making housing items be able to move, because they said like that was impossible before. Well, they made it possible, so that was kind of cool.
Now they just need to fix that crew. A bit of a dull moment there. Oh, I guess we just waited long enough and he fixed himself.
Yep. Yeah, I had not seen him glitch out, and I've done that skirmish a lot recently, like, you know, like once a month on these leveling streams, so.
I guess I just
That's something recent,
bugs.
I think. Yeah. Or maybe it's just you. Or Cithra.
Yeah, maybe it's just caught off my work.
Did we miss one? No, that's just the encounter.
Ooh, Priestess of Flame. Don't tolerate competition.
But see, it does quite a bit of damage if you have it on a boss.
Yeah, I suppose. I probably, with my level, they're usually dead before I even get a chance to use it.
Yeah.
And in soloing, you're probably not going to have enough mobs bunched up like that to actually use it.
Right, yeah,
without
solo
being
it's
dead in
pretty
a couple
pretty
seconds.
useless, but when you're doing group stuff or, you know, skirmishes or instances or anything like that, I usually use it every now and then. Just because it's kind of a cool skill anyway.
Yeah, that's probably why I haven't used it, to be honest. I remember thinking to myself when the Helm's Deep revamps came out with the traits and everything that I thought I'd be using the blue line a lot, but I just don't.
Yeah.
Boosting is so much more fun.
It's just, yeah, it's way more fun to have all of the damage on your own character, because that's the thing, is that blue line just buffs your pet, and that's cool for a while, but it's much more fun to be powerful yourself, I think.
Yeah, especially with how powerful you are as red line.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so upset I missed that place. I did see the path that was leading to the Tower of Teeth, and I saw there's like a door you actually can't go through. I just didn't see that tunnel. I don't know how I missed it.
Yeah, if you go through and then go all the way down, and don't jump down because it's too far and it'll kill you. It looks like it's not too far, but it is. If you just go around and then it takes you down, and it's pretty cool. There's a lot of decent enemies in there, and what's interesting is that it's kind of, this new area is kind of like Great River, in that there's a lot of like random group areas throughout. Or maybe that's not Great River, but somewhere around that time there was an area where there's like different group areas just randomly throughout. and there are
Right.
here. And there's doors that you have to attack in one of these tunnel areas in the other place, not the Towers of Teeth, but the other one, that
Yeah.
have like almost 1,000,000 morale. Just the doors that you have to burst down. So you have to fight the door.
Does that take very long?
It depends. I had like 2 hunters with me, so it didn't take very long at all.
I guess they might not have any mitigations or anything, so it's like pure health and that's it. Because 1,000,000 sounds like a lot.
Yeah, I mean it goes. The thing is, like 1,000,000 morale at level 105 is really not that much.
No, I guess
Because
that
like
for
normal bosses that don't take like normal like elites have like 60,000 morale, and so you know a door with almost 1,000,000 is not that much more when it's
I
not
guess
doing
so.
damage back, and you can just DPS it down.
I did hear that creeps are able to kill the one-shotters in the moors before they kill them. That probably
I
says a lot.
think that might be true. I have not seen that myself though.
I think they have like about 1,000,000, so it presumably be possible.
Come on, I can't even break out of this, I don't think. That's annoying.
I don't even use my stun immunity at this point. Or the disarm I seem to be used.
And it was like a 5-second thing that he put on me.
Uh,
Maybe even longer. There we go.
Yay, here's some dead peasants. And a hobbit.
Okay, so Pineleaf, we had like a trivia section on LOTRO Players News. Pineleaf quizzed us on one of these people. We had to
What,
know
they were?
who. We had to. It was like 20 questions on how to guess like who this person was. We had no
Yeah.
idea about this. It was like the most obscure person he could have picked.
Wait, these people have names?
Yeah,
Oh, I have no idea.
right? They're given names in like the quest text or some sort of quest in Bree or something. I don't remember.
Yeah. Jesus.
But yeah, we did not get that one right, and we've been giving him a hard time about it ever since.
I'm not surprised.
Yep. Alright. Do you want to do Battle in the Tower?
Sure, I don't remember what that one is, but...
That one's the final Mirkwood one, I think.
Slow-mo dwarf fight, yeah. That's the only part I remember.
Yeah. But yeah, I have yellow level quests instead of orange level
The
quests now,
time
so
has
that
come for the
level
last
is
assault
helping out.
upon the fortress of Dol Guldur. The fighting begins, even as a smaller force enters the citadel in secret.
I think
Prepare
the
to
talking
face their
professor's
final
getting
foe.
somewhat close to this bit.
Yeah, I think so. I think
His,
his main actually made it to Rohan.
Yeah, I think he's been doing, he just made it to climbing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I think he was doing bingo buff in there.
But yeah, the red dots on this map don't help you at all.
No. The map's just generally not very useful.
Yep. It's just like,
They
there's
never
enemies
got
everywhere, you can figure it out.
They never really got the hang of verticality in the radar.
No, that's one thing that I love about newer games that LOTRO just has not done is getting vertical maps right. I think Dungeon Defenders is actually one of the better ones, ironically. Like, it's actually something they did really well, was how to do vertical maps. A few other games have done that pretty well as well. But yeah, vertical maps in general is kind of an issue in gaming. Seems like developers
Just like
just don't
having
take the
good
time.
maps seems to be hard.
Yeah. Which, I mean, when you're building all of Middle-earth, having a map in detail about all of it, I'd imagine would be pretty hard. Like, just making sure that the character syncs up with the map properly when, like, the characters aren't in the same spots with the map at all given times. Because, like, the map actually moves because of how they
Yeah.
built the world. Like, that, I imagine, has to be pretty hard to keep it all straight.
You mean like how Ravanian's off
Yeah.
compared to the rest of the. Yeah, that's been a long standing.
And
problem.
like, the new after the battle version of Minas Tirith is like a totally different map, and yet it all like works together. It's really weird.
Oh, I guess we're done.
Yep.
To be honest, I don't remember a whole lot of Volume 2. Not my favorite one.
I used to think it wasn't my favorite one until I did it all in a row in this series. And it's actually a really good story. It's just all the side quests make you like not remember what's actually going on. But if you play it
Yeah.
all back to back, it's actually amazingly good.
While face palming at the decisions they make, but yeah.
Yeah, but the actual story is like I was impressed. I actually think it's on par with Volume 1 playing it all together.
Yeah, story-wise, maybe. Probably the early parts of Moria where you're just backtracking a lot. The
That
actual
part is
gameplay
annoying. There's
gets
definitely
better.
more traveling in Volume 2 than all of like the first part of Volume 2 than probably all of Volume 1. But there's also, if you're just doing the epic story, a ton of travel in Volume 1 too.
Don't remind me. Volume 1 is such a slog. Like, the story's good, but it's so, like, it takes so long to go through.
It does. It really does. I mean, it took me, I think, over a year to do just Volume 1. I think Volume 1's still been the longest thing.
Yeah. I'm probably never going to go through it again. Like, that used to be my thing. I used to do Volume 1, then do the epic, but like the prologue, and then go to Moria and actually go through it like properly. But I just can't do it anymore. It takes
The only way I'm gonna do Volume 1 again is because I've only done it, I think, twice. And so the only way I'm gonna do it again is if I do like zone playthroughs of like all the early zones, which I've actually been thinking about someday doing. I think right now I have a Bjorning that I'm thinking about doing a Moria playthrough, but I'm kind of dreading that. So I might just keep it going until Mirkwood, and then like start doing a playthrough there, and then go through all the Dunland stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done more in ages, but I feel like the revamp they did to both sides of it when they both came out has made it actually really fun to
Oh
go
yeah,
through.
yeah, it's much better, and so I'm thinking about doing it just because it's been revamped.
Yeah, and the fact that you presumably wouldn't be doing the epic at the same time would make it better too.
Well, I
'Cause
wouldn't be
that's the
doing
thing.
the epic all the way through, and it would make the normal questing be more bearable. I mean, the epic is no longer tied to the way the quests have been redone, which is an issue. So it would be a lot of back and forth, but I don't think it would be. I don't know. It's still going to be a lot of back and forth with the epic, but it'll be okay, I think. I'll
Yeah,
get
I think
through
that's
it.
been like a problem with the oldest epics is that if you do them at the same time you do the PvE quest content, which you are expected to do, is that it kind of ruins both of them. Or at least makes them feel more tiresome.
Yeah, it does. That's one thing I was amazed is just how good the epic really is, and you don't realize it because of how long it takes you to get through it if you're not just doing the epic.
Yeah. I think that's what makes Volume 3 or 4, I would say, I guess. I don't remember where the cutoff is. For me, is that it's kind of seamless. Like, you barely even recognize that, oh, right, that was the epic quest sometimes. At certain
Yeah,
points.
there's definitely in Volume 3 and 4 that goes on. Yeah.
It's just like, it feels smoother.
Mm-hmm. It is smoother. You don't go back and forth a million times.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest issue, is that you're going all over Middle-earth a lot in Volume 1 and 2.
Yeah, I feel like in Volume 1, they wanted to show off the region, obviously, because Eridor was new, the game was new then. But I don't think they anticipated what it would be like to go through after you leave Eridor, or after you're done questing everywhere, and you're just sort of running back and forth. Maybe long-term problem they didn't anticipate.
Well, the problem with Volume 1 was that they were introducing, like, the areas that you're going back and forth to were actually new areas, because they didn't release, like, the entire zones like they do now.
Yeah.
They introduced it piecemeal. And so like the new stuff in Evandim, when you go back there like 3 or 4 times, was actually new stuff.
Yeah. I think that's like a thing where it was probably better to go through at the time than it is
At the
now.
time, it would have been much better. Plus, you wouldn't have been going back and forth all the time. You had just been going to, another place because it's, you were going through it as it came out, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think you'd
Whereas
notice
now-
going back and forth all the time.
Yeah, whereas now it's like impossible to do that because there's just not enough quest content to like do some in that zone, do the epic, then go to the other place, do the
Yep.
questing there, and then come back because you've already done the questing. And there's literally nothing else to do there except the epic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But,
So just an
yeah.
issue of it being, a 10-year-old game, kind of a thing.
Yeah, they learned.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can imagine, really.
I mean, as it came out, it seemed like a good idea.
Like
But they didn't
Radiance.
realize like playability as later on, not so good.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing with the legendary items, where it's like, yeah, the first 10 levels with Moria was pretty cool, but then you keep getting new items to like the end of time, and it's like, okay, that's enough, isn't it?
Maybe we should have thought this through a bit more.
Yeah, they should have thought through how to progress legendary items, I think.
Yeah.
I guess there's no counterattack. Oh, no, here it
Oh,
is.
I guess.
It takes forever. I always forget that it takes forever.
Oh, it is level 10. I was wondering where we went.
Yep.
It's like walked off into the corner.
Well, sometimes they go around to the other side or whatever, I think.
No, well, he's dead. I'm really glad we didn't have to go in this tower for questing, because I have no idea where I'm going.
Yeah. Alright, I don't think I've ever had this encounter. Or if I have, I haven't paid attention.
I think I've had it once.
I've definitely not been here when the gate opens.
Yes, actually. Yeah, there's actually most of the skirmishes I haven't gotten all of the encounters on. I'm missing one from this gate.
I've done so many skirmishes with Pine Leaf, I think I've got pretty much all of them. Because I did, before even doing this like leveling with just skirmishes, I had, a skirmish series with Pine Leaf that I did. Which might have been
Yeah,
on
I
this
remember
character
that.
too, I don't remember, but... I think that actually might have been on a captain. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Oh, Mazog.
One of my favorite villains.
He was pretty fun. Sort of.
Mhm. Yeah, I hope that they bring back Jax at some point.
Yeah, I don't remember where you see him last.
I don't either. It's been so long since we've seen him.
Oh, the guys I did think were really cool with the Variags.
Is this
They were like-
axe just like attached to the skirmish pole here? I don't think I've ever noticed that.
I didn't notice that either, actually. But yeah, the Variags in Ithilien were really cool.
Yeah.
Because you could tell they're obviously bad guys, but you don't really want to fight them. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're kind of...
I love the quest when you get the decision.
I kind of cheated. I picked... Well, you obviously get choices and there's consequences, but I didn't like the result that I got.
I
so
got the
switched to
lucrative
other
one.
Oh, that choice, yeah, I chose money. I just chose the money, because why would I not take it?
Right?
I'm not gonna turn it
And it's so
down. not like
much.
Yeah, 50 gold is just
Yeah.
not.
First you
gonna
will
turn
die.
it down.
Well, you is
Uh-huh.
singular or plural, so He might have just been talking to you.
I guess that saves them having to write it out twice. Synchronized end stomp. Wait.
I didn't even notice because mine was blocking yours. Until...
I wish they'd use the new end model for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The old one looks so bad.
It does.
Comparison.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll avenge your death. Just go ahead and die. Yes, we know. I'm sure he knows about dwarves. You don't need to tell him. Alright, you gave him plenty of time to react there. Just saying.
I think you missed, Brian. Yeah, you missed twice. Okay.
Yeah, Mazog is just acting. They actually made a deal ahead of time.
He's really good at playing dead.
Yep. Well, I mean, there is a necromancer thing going on here, so you know, even if he is dead, he's not really.
Yeah, I mean, who'd want to res?
How
him,
cool would it
though?
be if we came back here and Mazog was like raised again?
Ugh.
He's like, I can't even die, dang it. Getting mad about that. They can't even kill me right.
I mean, he's not going to be hurt because Bruin missed, so...
Alright, let's do Storm Methodist real quick and then we'll call it a night, I think.
Go round in a circle.
Yep. This
While
one's the
Grey
most
Company
lucrative
journeyed
for the
south
amount of
to
time,
aid
though.
of Aragorn, we came upon a Dunlanding hag named
Wow,
Gwydion,
you called her a hag. That's
called the
really good.
Old Woman of the
Yeah.
Mountain. She sought to raise an army
Or
of ancient
nice,
evil
depending
to
on how
aid
you
the
view her,
White
I
Hand
guess.
against Rohan. It was our duty, Amlon's and mine, to keep her at bay.
Like, do you really need to defend the vial? I mean, really? And if you're defending it, can't you just keep it to yourself?
I mean, it's kind of law breaking because orcs aren't supposed to care about each other.
Yep. Well, they
So
have,
no
like,
rage.
temporary alliance type things.
I guess.
He's just a very
he's being
noble
paid
orc.
For it.
He's got, like, that little bit of elf in him, a little bit more than his friends. Quote unquote.
Would be theoretically possible.
And yeah, one thing I'm going to be very interested to see is what type of villains they have post Mordor.
I'm gonna take a bet that the Mouth of Sauron will show up somewhere.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of different villains coming up, and a big power struggle, honestly. That's what they've hinted at. They said that there's going to be some type of power struggle there. And
I mean, it's what they did in Moria.
And so somebody's going to end up on top, and then there's going to be, you know, this new villain that will probably be our villain. Maid Alliance said that after, you know, Mordor being defeated is really just the beginning of, like, the new story they're going to be telling, kind of a thing. So I'm going to be interested to see how the epic story cuts off. If it's going to cut off with the Mordor expansion and there'll be something new coming in, like Volume 5. It would make sense for them to have, like, you know, one book ending out Volume 4 and then starting Volume 5 in the expansion, I think. That would make sense.
Yeah, I would guess that.
Of course,
Volume
maybe they
5's
want to
beginning-
have Aragorn become king first, so maybe they'll finish it out then.
Yeah, I would guess that Volume 5 would possibly involve the beginning of the campaign into Harad. If that they decide to go there after Mordor and not do all the stuff with the Scouring and then Grey
Well, I mean, they
Havens
have
and all
so many opportunities. The big thing, though, is that, Aragorn, if I remember right from the books, doesn't really mess around. He goes pretty quickly. I mean, he does come back at some point to the Shire to declare that no man's allowed to come in, kind of a thing, when he reunites the whole kingdom and all that stuff. Which, reuniting the kingdom, that's going to be epic. Like, Aragorn becoming king is going to be epic enough, but when he reunites the kingdom all together, that's going to be a whole other thing. And I think it'd be very interesting if they had, like, reactions of, like, people in Bree to becoming part of Arnor again. Or, I don't remember if they actually ever say that it actually reunited, like, that Bree reunited, but areas around Bree
Yeah.
definitely did.
I don't remember actually. I don't think there's a whole lot of information about that, but
So,
Which just
that
means
could be
they
a
know when to
whole
do it
plot
themselves.
line on Aragorn reuniting the whole kingdom even, too. So, there's a lot of possibilities.
yeah, it's kind of open-ended after Mordor. They can kind
Mhm.
of like go anywhere. It's really where they decide they want to go first.
Yeah, and I think it would be interesting, because, Mordor has an open end on the east side of it. And so I think it would be interesting if we went straight from Mordor, like, where it's opened up, right into the east and focused on, like, the Blue Wizards and stuff like that, directly to the east of Mordor. It's like it was continuous landscape out of Mordor.
Like entering Harad and Rud from that direction, that would be
Yeah.
quite the trek, and it's pretty much unmapped. As far as I'm
Uh-huh.
aware.
They can do whatever they want there, pretty much, I think.
I have a feeling they would probably want to do after Sauron's defeat, at least do something maybe with the Field of Kamalan and stuff, and visiting
Mhm.
everyone who's been there after the epic.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
Yeah, I'm
possibly
sure
turn
because we have to get the drink still. We have to have the drink
yeah.
with that ranger. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget who his name is, but yeah.
And the
he
other
uses
ranger that
drink.
invited himself. At least one.
Yeah.
There might have been two, even.
There's going to be a lot of conversations with people we knew.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the few who lived anyway. Most of the
Yeah,
Rohans
I'm wondering how long the power struggle is going to take. Like, if it's going to be immediate or, how all that's going to work. Alright, let's see if he's better at flying today.
Yep, there he is. Alright, he managed this time. Sort of.
He
I don't know why
disappears
he
there
goes that
normally.
way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why
think
he
they should
decided
just start him
to-
like behind the mountain. I don't know why they start him up there, but
Yeah. Him breaking the hut's pretty cool though.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm like 80% sure that the Matasauron will be involved somehow. Because firstly, it's not mentioned what happens to him.
Well, I mean, keep in
and-
mind we have like our own personal villain, like Gothmog or whoever, that could be coming back and taking over everything.
Yeah, assuming he lives that long, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think he's died yet.
Yeah, I'm just not certain if he's gonna go with Sauron's defeat because he is a wraith. I don't know if they just automatically go.
That's a good point. What happens to everybody after
Like the
Sauron's
last-
defeated? Because I know all the orcs like desert basically, don't they? I don't know if that
Yeah,
was
they
just a
just, like,
movie
they
thing
lose-
or if that's like a book thing.
I think it was they just lost all sense of what they were doing and they just started running away.
Right.
But we don't know what happens after they run.
But the thing is, there could be somebody that could be powerful enough to make them have purpose again, kind of a thing.
Well, yeah, that's always been the thing, hasn't it? It's like
Mhm.
orcs are terrible when they don't have something to unite them, but when they do, they can pretty much do whatever they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they,
I can't
I
wait to
doubt
see.
they stop being a problem just because. Because I mean, they were still a threat when Sauron was not even doing anything.
Yeah. But they weren't actively like sieging Minas Tirith.
No, it's more like if you just wandered about and they found you, you're dead.
Yeah. Or at least bad things would happen.
Yeah, that's Bilbo.
So, anyway, I will be continuing my Epic Story series very near future. Also, at some point, I will be starting up my Update 20 series. I guess it's Battle at the Black Gate or something like that, is I think what it's called. And so I'll be doing that at the end of the month, hopefully. And we'll just continue to, be making content. Hope to do a War in the North series soon. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream. Thank you, Thoros, for joining me. Where can people find you? Assuming you have a place for them to find you.
I guess Twitter, I suppose. I think I changed my Twitter handle. Yeah, it's at Jake Rob W right now. That's my name. That's my Twitter handle. If you were interested in finding it, I don't really say anything though.
Cool. Alright, and you of course can find Sithrith at Sithrith on Twitter, and you can see that image that I shared earlier as she did tweet that out on Twitter. And yeah, that ends the stream. Thank you everyone so much for joining, and I'll see you again next time I need to level, which probably won't be that long from now since the Epic Story does raise in levels fairly soon. So I'll probably be back here trying to get to 105 as quickly as possible. So until then, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for more content.